That's right. Good morning, Steve. I'm Corey Toon, and I'm with fellow pilot Gar Phelps, and I'm going to show you some backcountry today that I guarantee you've never seen. We're going to Idaho. We're going to land on dirt runways, grass runways. We're going to do everything today, so keep your hands and legs in and enjoy the ride.
We are camped as a group at a little airstrip called Smiley Creek at the head of the Stanley Valley. There are about 20 airplanes there now, and there'll be about 30 or 35 before the day is over, and we're going to cook a barbecue tonight and just hang out with no real particular agenda. The Utah Backcountry Pilots has about 400 members, spread out about half in Utah and half around the rest of the United States.
One thing about being in the backcountry that I really enjoy is when I fly in the backcountry, I'm alone. And there's very few people that come into the backcountry. The only way you can get there is either fly, hike, horseback ride. And when I get up there, it is just peaceful, just a beautiful place to be.
The flight up was about an hour and 45 minutes, and it was a very, very serene, peaceful ride, but had no idea it was going to be so much better once we got here. On the way out of Utah, we took a little detour over Great Salt Lake, and we actually got to see the spiral jetty, and that's something that most people never get to see in their lifetime.
Well, we made it. Smiley Creek, Idaho, elevation 7,100 feet. Look at this. It is so beautiful. We are going to have a great weekend.
We've been able to fly into some of the other airports around, Sulphur Creek, Johnson Creek. We've just had a great time.
One of the funnest things about this flying is definitely that you can pitch a tent right underneath your wings, and you don't have to go anywhere. All of the activities are just surrounded and centered around your airplane, and there are so many things to do. It's not just an airplane fly-in. As everyone knows, I love boating, and when they said, look, we're gonna go to Redfish Lake, I thought, yeah, just another lake, but I was so amazed and I was so wrong. Redfish Lake is one of the absolute most beautiful lakes that I've ever been to.
The water is so clear, just one of the most beautiful places I've ever been.
Today we had the most mouth-watering ribs that I think I've ever had in my entire life, right out in the middle of the Idaho wilderness. So how many racks of rib are on this grill?
I believe 18 to 21, but I don't count very well.
Sometimes you have to talk with your mouth full. Hey, this is private time and I don't even have my makeup on.
And we got up and we jumped in the plane and we landed on a little dirt runway, and we had so much fun. We saw little dirt runways and grass runways everywhere out in the horizon. It was absolutely amazing.
This strip was probably built in the 30s originally as a fire suppression landing strip, and it's been used by the public ever since. And we're about 40 miles or so from the nearest road. You can fly an airplane in. That's the only way to get here.
Steve, are those osprey?
These are ospreys. We've seen them every year.
So it doesn't look like they're disturbed by the airplanes or any noise.
There's a very common argument to keep people out of the wilderness and to keep noise out of the wilderness. Animals very quickly learn what is a threat and what is not a threat, and these ospreys know that we're not a threat.
Now I've flown all over the Baja in Mexico, landed on every little dirt runway there. This is so much different here. It's not like landing on the beach. We're landing out in the complete wilderness. Flew over a pond of elk. Elk usually don't really go in the water a lot, but they must be just as comfortable in the environment up here as we are. And I'm very grateful that we live in the West where we can experience the great outdoors.
Okay, now let's talk to some people and see what they think. She does anything better than any man I've ever known, so why do you need men?
I don't.
I'm with you there.
Twin engine plane that probably not really suited to be up here, but I had to come to the party.
Would you rather be anywhere else in the world other than here on a plane with your dad?
No,
Tell me what you thought about your first plane ride.
it was great.
Swimming, flying, it's just an amazing experience for these guys. I hope they remember it.
I think it's the freedom, the passion that all human beings have to roam about, and the airplane is a perfect way to do that.
Thank you, Gar. Thank you, Steve. Thank you to the Utah Backcountry Pilots Association. Many states have backcountry pilots associations, so make sure you visit their websites if you want to have as much fun as we've had. I'm Corey Toon. Now let's get back to Steve and Alicia at the Shakespeare Festival.